Didn't expect it, to be, serving for a lifetime when you're down at the Criminal Justice Center, and that's where most people get called. 99% of civil cases resolve, and about 90% of criminal cases resolve, but there's a lot more trials in criminal cases than there are in civil cases. So we do want to make an effort, and we're making it very easy and convenient for people. We do get a lot of positive feedback from our jury services department, so that's certainly a credit to them. So how do we fit into the system? Now the Circuit Court, Wayne County Third Circuit Court, Wayne County Circuit Court, as it's commonly called, covers all of Wayne County. And we take cases from Redford, Livonia, Northville, Grosse Pointe, Downriver, and Taylor. In my division, we handle felony cases. So these are cases that are not like your district court. So in district court, you're going to see the drunk driving cases, assault and battery, some domestic violence, speeding tickets, that sort of thing, landlord-tenant. These are more serious cases. The circuit court hears appeals from the district court. So if somebody were convicted, for example, in the district court, they could appeal that decision to the circuit court. Our decisions, so if people get convicted in the circuit court, those get appealed to the Michigan Court of Appeals and perhaps even to the Michigan Supreme Court. The probate court is separate and apart from the circuit court. They handle different types of cases, but they're also obviously an important part of the process. What does the court look like? Well, we've got 59 judges. We're the largest court in the state. If you added up the next three circuit courts, they wouldn't equal the number of judges we have in the Wayne County Circuit Court. We've got 21 judges in the criminal division, 19 in the civil division, 11 in the family division, and then 6 in the juvenile division. Plus there's 24 referees that assist the family court judges. 468 total employees, and we're in 4 different buildings. The civil division and the family division are in the Coleman A. Young Municipal Center. The Lincoln Hall of Justice is where they handle the juvenile cases. Again, we're in the new Criminal Justice Center, and in the Penobscot building, we have the front of the court. So our mission and vision, is to provide accessible and equal justice for all. We want to be an innovative court, and we're always looking to try to improve, provide different ways to give people access to justice, provide them assistance, and provide different programs. Like, for example, in the criminal division, we have things like the Veterans Treatment Court, Mental Health Court, the Sobriety Court. So these are programs that are designed to help people who, maybe they're made some bad choices, they maybe suffer from mental health or addiction, and this is the way to kind of set them on the right track. And we think programs like that certainly move us in that direction. Like you, we have a lot of partners that we rely upon. Here in the Redford Township, you've got great police and fire. You got DPW departments, treasurer's office, clerk's office, all those things, and all the other departments that make you run efficiently. Like you, we have other departments that we rely upon: the sheriff's department, the prosecutor's office, the clerk's office, and all of us work together to serve the residents and businesses in Wayne County. So again, I talked about this, talk a little bit about this. Because Wayne County Circuit Court is so large, we've got different divisions. If you go to smaller counties like Eaton County or Gogebic County, you might see only 2 judges, and they're doing everything. So in Wayne County, we've got different divisions. So in the civil division, we're talking about lawsuits. So if you think about Sam Bernstein, Jeff Feiger, those types of firms, they're going to be in the civil division. Medical malpractice, contract disputes between businesses in excess of $25,000, election matters, property disputes. In the criminal division, felony cases. So anything from homicide, criminal sexual conduct, gun cases, repeat offenders and drunk driving cases, narcotics cases, family domestic, divorce, child support, child custody, personal protection orders, emergency response protection orders, the red flag laws you might have heard something about. They handle those. And of course, you have front of the court that falls under that. And then last but certainly not least, we have the juvenile division. So if a minor's charged with a crime, that'll be handled there. In addition to adoption matters, guardianship matters, and truancy matters. This is just to kind of give you a sense of the volume that we handle. So in the criminal division, these numbers are a little bit old because we're in a new year, but we don't have 2025 numbers yet. But, 2024, we handled over 7,000 criminal cases in our division. The family court handled over 33,000 cases.
Oh my God.
And the civil division, over 18,000 cases.
Wow.
So there's a lot of work that gets done by our judges. There's always something to do. That's pretty much it. If you have any questions, I'd be happy to answer them. I certainly appreciate your time. And if any of you ever want to come down and see the new Criminal Justice Center, please, call or email me. I'm happy to give you the nickel tour and show you around all the nice elements of our new facility.
So you have business cards you can leave for us so we can get a hold of you?
I do have some out.
Yeah, you can leave at least, 7 or 8 of them anyway.
Sure.
So we have that ability to maybe look at the groups come down and take us all at once.
Sure.
But I want your permission. I don't want to go down there for any other reason except, I don't want to go down there and not come back, okay? So, okay, Commissioner Kavanaugh.
Just a quick question. With your workload as far as 2024, do you see it increasing year by year, or is it steady?
It's always steady. Detroit reports that homicides are down. When I go to work, it just doesn't seem that way. I signed 27 search warrants today. So now, granted, that's sort of a high number. I'm the super alternate this week, so in other words, I'm the guy who has to stick around, and if somebody needs a warrant, they come to me first. But it's not uncommon to sign 5 to maybe 10 a day. So there's always work.
Thank you.
Sure.
Other questions from the board? Thank you ever so much for making the trip.
Yes,
Yes,
thank you.
thank you for your time.
Thank you. Me? Oh,
Okay, so we're going to move on to our next special presentation.
Supervisor McCray?
Yes.
We have a special presentation from the Police and Fire Pension Fund Annual Valuation Report and Update by Larry Langer.
All right, thank you, Larry. Good evening, everyone. Larry Langer from Kavanaugh McDonald Consulting. I've got a brief presentation. I understand I want to keep this around 10 minutes or so. Questions throughout are quite wonderful. I need breaks from time to time. Here we go. Oh, I feel good about this. Okay, good. All right, cool. Update from the actuary. I served as one of the actuaries who served the retirement system and the retiree health care plan. We're going to talk real briefly about services we perform at CAVMAC, the actual evaluation, and then talk a little bit about the past, the current, and the future as it relates to the actuarial aspects of the plan. This is your CAVMAC team. These are really beautiful people, right? We only work with beautiful people. No, they're not that beautiful. But anyways, it's a mix of people through that serve the plan, different levels of service and all that wonderful stuff. So we work together. We've been working together. The top 3 people have been working together at CAVMAC for like 7 years. And on the retirement systems for about 4 or 5 right now. The services CAVMAC provides is, the basic one is actual evaluations. I'll talk about that a little bit more, but it's actual evaluations of the retirement system and the retiree health care plan. There's accounting statements that we assist on as it relates to the retirement system and the retiree health care plan. We help develop the numbers that go into that. Experience studies, that's in the weeds, but it's something every 5 years we review the assumptions we make use of for the valuations. We help with benefits administration, calculations of benefits, plan design, and pricing. It's really important. Here's the things we don't do. We don't invest the money. So you can ask me how the returns work. I won't know. I don't dress well enough to be a judge or an attorney, so we don't do legal advice, right? We don't pay the benefits. That's the bank, that's the custodian. We don't do audits because I don't have enough personality to be an accountant. I might do windows, but we're not entirely sure about that, all right? Bunch of terms. I'm not going to go through these terms. I'm going to try and develop them at a high level, all right, as we go through. But if you want to read about these, you'll probably get to unfunded actual accrued liability and nod off. It's really effective, right? All right, so we got this wonderful graphic here, the basic funding equation that actuaries work with. We're concerned about making sure there's sufficient money on hand that when the benefits need to be paid, the money's there, right? And so it's this balancing act. The amount of money coming into the plan, whether it's contributions from the members or the township, have to equal, or investment returns have to equal the amount of money going out, the benefit payments, administrative expenses of the fund. And over the long term, it's just going to be what it's going to be. It's going to depend upon what type of returns you get, how long people live, what type of benefits they earn. Over the short term, we have to estimate it. And we estimate that through this process called the actual evaluation. The actual evaluation, here's the process, but in a nutshell, the actual evaluation to me is a glorified budgeting process. Right, we're trying to budget contributions to the plan over the course of each member's career, so by the time they retire, there are sufficient funds on hand. That's it. The math might be a little harder than what you use, but that's the general gist of it, right? And out of this process, we developed the township contribution and a few other terms that I'm not going to get into at the moment, right? Maybe in a couple of slides. Talk a little bit about past results, right? I like history books. And the reason for that is my job is all about guessing. I'm trying to guess what's going to go on in the future. So I like books where I know the ending, right? Like books on Lincoln. I know the ending. I know it's morbid, but I know how it's going to end, right? So a little bit about the past, and on the left-hand side, we have the retirement system. On the right-hand side, we have the retiree health care plan. Just a couple of ratios here. And the orange is completely unreadable. It looks like bad echo, right? Good. It looks sharper down here, but I'll walk you through it. Funded ratio. How much money you have in the plan compared to how much money you should have in the plan. All right? Ideally, you should have 100% of the money you should have in the plan. We call that the actual accrued liability. Spoiler alert. Not many plans, not many public plans in the U.S. have all the money they should have in the plan, right? For various reasons. So here you can see it back in 2020, I think that's the first valuation we did. You can see that the retirement system was about 50% funded, and now we're up a little over 60% funded. All right, so it might be low-ish, but we're improving. That's the theme. We're improving. Is that a question?
It was. Is it too early?
No. I've been up for a while.
I don't know if it's for you or Adam, but I know that we signed something with the state saying by such and such a year we'll be at what % funding to when we don't have state oversight anymore?
60% for the pension funds and 40% for OPEB. And just to complicate matters, that is based on, which I think Larry may or may not bring up, based on specific parameters that the state provides, which is not necessarily the parameters that we use internally.
Okay.
Did I put that right? Yeah.
Yeah, no, I like that description. Right, you're close on those too.
Yes.
in
We're
terms of
close. We're
getting-
not quite the
We're not
same.
there.
Yeah.
We're close, but we're
We're
not there.
very close.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, all right, thank you.
So the retirement system, we've made steady progress. As you can see that we started reasonably well-funded. Well, the retiree health plan, it's astonishing amount of improvement. If you go back in 2020, there was not a lot of money in the fund, right? Then, by the way, that's common. That's a very common occurrence for retiree healthcare plans in the US, right? Very few of them are funded, pre-funded like the retirement systems are. So until 2024, the contributions weren't quite sufficient to systematically pay off the unfunded liabilities, the debt of the plan. In the past 2 years, we put in, the township has put in more than that, which is a blessing. And you can see that the funding has chirped up a bit, all right? Funded ratio, and again, the goal is to get to 100%. The funding policies in place are designed to get us there over time. All right, this is the sibling of the funded ratio. This is the shortfall, as it were, the unfunded actual accrued liability. And you can see that for the retirement system, it's been declining slightly. That's a trend you like to see. You want to see the debt decline. For the retiree healthcare plan, it's been faster, because more contributions have gone in. And also when you put more contributions in, and the board overseeing this has been investing it to get higher returns, that means we can lower the liabilities of the plan. So really remarkable improvement there in the retiree healthcare plan. And finally, contributions to the plan. So on the right, we have contributions to the retirement systems, and the good thing is they've been going in. I woke up this morning in Illinois. In Illinois, we don't fund retirement systems. I want to move back to Michigan. I grew up in the South, but I want to move back because they listen to actuaries here, right? So the contributions have been going in, which is a blessing. And the retiree healthcare plan, more than the amount showing up in the report, has been going in, right? So these are good things. That's why I'm smiling so much right now. All right? So that's the past results. The theme there is improvement. This is the type of stuff you like to see. Current results, real briefly. Boy, just a huge summary of numbers, but this is the stuff that the boards go through when they're reviewing this, when we talk about the results of the plan, all sorts of metrics to talk about during the course of the evaluation. I'm gonna move on. So again, more numbers. So I want to talk briefly about these couple of things. This past year was okay. And when I say okay, compared to what we assumed would happen, I always have to make assumptions about what type of returns we get, what type of benefits will be paid out, things of that nature. And in the past year, we didn't quite make as much progress as we made in past years. That happens. You can't bat 1,000 all the time. And as a result, a couple of things, the contributions, contributions for the retirement system, they went up a little bit more than we anticipated. Part of it was experience. We didn't estimate things. They don't always come out the right way. The other thing, and this is the type of stuff I really like about working with the township, is there's a lot of thoughtfulness going on when we work with staff. So there were some changes that we made when we came on to start working with the systems. Things like to level out the contribution pattern and make it more affordable over time. I called it plugging holes. There were holes in how the valuation was performed, and we tightened that down. The one here is that within the retirement system, there are several positions that aren't filled, right? Well, we want a placeholder for those people. So we actually goosed up the contribution to cover that placeholder, so when they actually do get hired, it's not a shock to the system. So the contribution did increase from about 6.4 to 7 million. About 200,000 of that is because of returns. A couple 100,000 of that is just due to the liabilities or how the people acted within the plan compared to what I assume in the valuation. And a couple hundred for factoring in these staff positions, factoring that in. All right, future results. Okay, so we can estimate what we think is going to happen in the future, but the reality is, we don't know. If I knew, I probably wouldn't be here. I mean, I wouldn't. You're all smiling people and quite happy, right? So I don't want to miss out on these opportunities, but I might be playing the ponies if I knew it was going to go on. Is that a term still? It probably is. Okay, so estimated future ratios. So this is going forward. And you can see the retirement system, we're making progress. We want to get to 100%. Over the next few years, we're going to get probably closer to 70. All right, we're going to stay over that 60%, stay off the naughty list from Lansing. So again, good news, continued progress. The retiree health care plan on the right, so you're like, well, why does he have 41% there in a box that no one can see except for me? We anticipate as of 2026 that the retiree health care plan is going to get over 40% funded, which is a magic mark in terms of getting off the list of, as it were, for Lansing again, right? Progress. And you think about that, we're 5% like 4 or 5 years ago. So a lot of good stuff there. All right. Similar, paying down the unfunded liability, the debt, as it were, for the retirement systems. It's great to see the lines going that way. Right? They're decreasing. And then finally, contributions. A couple things with this. The retirement system, we actually anticipate the contributions are going to increase about 3% per year to keep it in line with budgets. That's one of the holes we filled. But Adam said, listen, it looks like these are growing fast. And it's like, yeah, that's the way they were developed. And he wanted to tamp them down a little bit. So we increased earlier ones and decreased later ones. So those are designed to increase over time. The retiree healthcare plan closed as of 2022, and as a result, we keep the contributions level. We don't want them to escalate. So those should stay level, but the reality is that things don't always turn out the way you want to. And of course, every year we do evaluation, and so the results could vary. Projecting these amounts, the unfunded liability and the contributions, if all the assumptions are realized, this is just another extension of the graph, again, reiterating the 41%. This is for the retiree health care plan. So, that's a refrigerator, right? That's odd. Why would you put that there? Do you think he's getting good mental health care? We don't know. This is the refrigerator slide, right? People put things on the refrigerator that you treasure. Yeah, if you get a copy of this slide, you want to rip this out, tape it to your fridge. I actually went to a board meeting, you're doing it, aren't you, right?
Yes, she did.
Right there.
Yeah,
Yep.
I believe in you. So this just summarizes all the elements that we just talked about in words, the best words I know how. Past results, we're making progress. That's the shorthand. Current results, a little less favorable than we anticipated. Okay, but that happens. Some years are turned out well, and some years not as well. We've had several years of better than expected returns and other good experience. We were due. This past year wasn't quite as good, but we still improved a little bit. And in the future, this is the magic. The retirement system, retiree health care plan, we're expecting them both to be 100% funded by 2040. All right? By 2040, I will be 78. Maybe standing. But some of y'all might be here to actually watch that, right? But we're making progress towards that. Never, that's something to be blessed about. You can't just anticipate these things fund themselves. It takes a lot of effort to make sure all the people are working together, make sure the money gets in, gets invested, the benefits are paid out. So we're going to get there. And if we do, somebody should have cake. I'll come back to that. All right, I have to stop. You've all been very gracious with their time. Any questions or comments? I think this is the slide. Oh, okay, if you don't like a long-winded one, I shortened it. Yeah. You can use this. Right? That one probably reads a little bit better. And I like that shade of blue. Life is good.
Life is good.
Life is
To the
good.
chair.
Okay. Treasurer Kavanaugh.
I want to go back a couple of pages to the
Sure.
estimated future UAALSs.
Yeah, what slide is that?
18.
Oh, yeah, page.
Okay, yep.
Why is it going down?
So unfunded extra accrued liability is, the shorthanded for it, but you don't want to say it this way, it's the debt of the retirement system. It's, take the amount of money you should have in the plan. It's not a real debt, but it is something you want to pay off. Take the amount you should have in the plan, subtract out the amount of money you have in the plan, and this is what's left. It's going down because we're systematically paying down the unfunded liability. And this is looking into the future, but the payments, the contributions going into the plan systematically will pay off this unfunded liability. So this is a good thing to see. Again, Illinois, they don't do that all the time. I work with funds where the unfunded liability doubled, over the course of a few years. So this is the trend you want to see. If you looked at the retiree health care plan before the past couple of years, and I projected this out, you'd see it increasing because there not enough contributions were going in. But lots of people working together, now we're paying down that unfunded liability. And unfunded liability is a term up in the front. There's so many terms in my profession, I don't understand it, but it's effectively the debt that you want to systematically pay off. And these graphs show that we're expecting to pay it off. Did that answer?
Yep.
Treasurer Kavanaugh.
Larry, I know you didn't say anything about it, but in this last year, we got a new member on the police and fire pension, and I felt it was very important that Adam Bonarack be on the pension board because he can see what the contributions are doing and how that's being worked, because we work in tandem with the township and the police and fire pension. So it's something that has been an asset for us, if not for you, Larry. I love your presentation.
Thank you. I enjoy this, oddly.
That's it. I'm good.
Anything else
I'm good.
from the board?
If not, I do.
Yes, go ahead.
Mr. Supervisor, Honorable Board, I just want to say thank you to Larry and his team. They've been wonderful to work with, both in my role as a trustee on the pension board, but also as the finance director. And I really do, as he said, we really have spent a lot of time working over the past couple of years to really tamp down what were perceived as like holes in like the way it had been done before. Like the thing about the vacancies, we couldn't figure out like, well, we're putting in what it's saying to put in, so why is it not improving better than it should be? And it was because it was kind of a falsely low number because it wasn't accommodating those salaries that would be paid if we filled all those vacancies. So they've just been really great for looking at those types of things, and I just really appreciate that. So thank you very much.
Thank you. Any other questions? Seeing none, thank you so much for your time.
All right, y'all have a good evening.
You too.
Thank you, Larry.
Okay,
Subject matter is serious.
move on the agenda. Consent agenda. Treasurer Kavanaugh, please.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I know.
Okay.
It's okay.
I was in the moment.
Within the moment. You were in the moment.
I move to approve the consent agenda items as follows. The minutes of the study session held November 25th of 2025. The minutes of the special meeting held December 9th of 2025. The minutes of the regular meeting held on December 9th of 2025. The warrant list of bills as of January 7th of 2026 in the amount of $5,713,521.04. Receive and file police and fire employees pension actuarial valuation as of March 31st of 2025. Advertisement for bids, DPS Cross Connection Control Program Services 2026 through 2029, beginning January 20th. 20th of 2026 through February 19th of 2026. 2026 IRS standard mileage rate, 72.50 cents. Reappointment of Janet Watson to the Redford Township Beautification Commission, term expiring December 31st of 2027.
Support.
Been moved and supported. Any questions? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Moving new business, Director Dennis. Okay, thank you.
Mr. Supervisor, Honorable Board. In front of you is a memo requesting approval of the 2026 MDOT permit for water and sewer. This is something that we do each year with the Township Board. This permit allows us to do any sort of repairs in the right-of-way for water or sewer repairs on the four thoroughfares that are controlled by MDOT, which is Plymouth, Grand River, 8 Mile, and Telegraph. We just in turn, once we do have if we do have a water main break, we fill out a different permit, send it to the county, or excuse me, to the state, and the state turns and flips something quickly to us. But this grants us the authorization to move forward with any sort of repairs on the MDOT controlled roadways.
Questions from the board? Hearing no questions from the board, what is the pleasure of the board?
To the chair.
Trustee Reese.
I move approval of the performance resolution for government agencies MDOT annual permit 2026.
Support.
Supported by Clerk Sanders. Okay, the motion on the floor is the approval of the performance resolution for government agencies MDOT annual permit 2026. Any other discussion? Hearing none, roll call, please.
Trustee Jackson?
Yes.
Trustee Reese?
Yes.
Clerk Sanders, yes. Treasurer Kavanaugh?
Yes.
Trustee King?
Yes.
Trustee Taylor?
Yes.
Supervisor McCray?
Yes, motion carries. Director Dennis.
Mr. Supervisor, Honorable Board, in front of you is a Metro Act permit. We do see these occasionally, maybe every 18 and 24 months. A lot of times they are for renewal. This is a new application from Easy Fiber Texas, Texas LLC. This is a new company that is trying to expand their businesses in the state of Michigan. They were granted Public Service Commission approval January of 2025, and they are looking to install new fiber underground in our right-of-ways. It would be approximately 178 miles. They call it 940,000 feet. I call it 178 miles. Much easier math. They are looking to offer high-speed internet throughout our community for government entities, educational entities, businesses, and residential. They're not on every roadway. I don't think they were expanding into the industrial areas, but it was primarily residential and the primary roadways throughout Redford Township. They offer a presentation that I did include. It is, but again, we do have fiber running in certain areas through AT&T. We met, I think, in 2024 to extend the AT&T Metro Act permit that we have. We have met in the past for 123Net, which is another fiber. I think they do a lot of different work for the schools, things of that nature. I think I need to turn this. I'm looking at you guys that way. And so they are looking to have, this would be for a 15-year term, and they would in turn like to start construction in some months later. Once down the road, they would provide us route maps and as-built records once they are in, so we know where their products would be at, their equipment, and they would also in turn if they were to ever go out of business, they offered that it's in their contract that they would remove it as long as they don't have to trench. So if they're boring this in, and I suspect that they probably will do a lot of boring, instead of trenching all that road, all that work, that they will in turn take the product out there, according to them. Going through this contract further, again, I did say 15 years effect from the effective date. It'll be such initial term, there'll be 3 subsequent renewal terms of 5 years. They are, the Metro Act shall control the establishment of the right-of-way fees. They did have to pay a $500 fee, which is the requirement of the state of Michigan for the Metro Act application, which they did with their application late last year. This is their contract. It cannot, they may assign it to it or transfer its rights under the permit, which has happened one time in the past. And currently, all notices do go to the township clerk, as stated on the permit, and it would be signed by both the supervisor and the clerk as part of this permit. Again, we have, as I have stated, we have done these in the past with AT&T, 123Net, and there was one other company off the top of my head. I apologize, I didn't bring my file with me, but they're looking to have the township approve it. I did forward this all to Township Attorney Tony Chubb. He did go through the contracts, the permits, excuse me, and he said it's all in conformance and can be approved as needed.
Mike, I guess I want to know that if you approve this, and they're going to be putting this along the main street, right? Main Street's not going to be in the
Between
neighborhood.
the sidewalk and the street.
Right, so once they start, how long, do they give an idea how long the project's going to be and how it's going to affect our neighborhoods and the car, in our car traffic?
No, I mean, if it's, construction, it should be no different than doing a water main, gas line, things of that nature. I mean, they're going to be competing with the space that we have with the water mains on one side, sewer line would be on the other, gas lines would be on, both sides.
Do they give you a time?
And there would be fiber.
Have they,
No,
how long it would take when they start to finish? Would it be a year, 5 years?
Oh, this will take years to do.
Years?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, right. Yeah, and plus, I think they were looking to sell some services prior before they put all the investment in. But they're hoping to be a very high-ended fiber optic company with high-speed internet. They said the market is prime per their presentation. And they're expanding up in there.
Theirs are all underground?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Other questions from the board?
To the chair.
Trustee Taylor?
I have lots.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
So to understand, this is an independent company laying fiber, not doing fiber for Spectrum or for WOW. They're their own company that intends on trying to sell internet to businesses and residents. Is that,
That's what it sounds like. I have not spoken with them.
do they
I'll be honest
only
with
lay the fiber once they make a customer? Or are they just going to go lay fiber everywhere and then hope that they get the business? I'm confused at how this works.
Well, I guess you could say it was like back in the day when the cable company ran all the lines, Comcast, they put in the capital. I think they said they're a $50 billion business. I think that's what I read. And they in turn will go through and then they'll sell their services. But again, just like they did with Bright House or Spectrum, whatever it was, AT&T, WOW, they have to invest it, they have to install it, and then try to sell their services.
So they're laying this fiber for themselves. They're not laying it as a subcontractor for any other internet
Yes.
provider.
As far as I can tell, this is for their company. I didn't see anything going through this either with Mr. Chubb that they were selling this business.
So when they come into the township, if we would agree to this, and you're saying that the fiber optics go between the sidewalk and the street, can
Yes.
somebody come and dig up my right of way to lay fiber that I didn't ask to have in front of my house.
No, it is the county right of way, that's why we don't have a
Yeah,
say in it.
I get it, but I've got, like, they planted trees there from the beautification commission. Could they come in and go, oh no, we have a contract and we're gonna trench here and we're gonna dig up your trees and your flowers and put
No,
fiber
they'll
here?
be boring underground, they should be boring it from end to end, that is the
They
way
should
to
be,
do
but
it
do we
now.
know that
If-
that's what they're doing?
I do not know how they're
Don't-
going to be installing the product. Most cable lines in Redford Township are on the poles in the backyards.
Right.
Yep.
There is a lot of fiber today through AT&T. That's what they want to do, is put it all underground so that they don't have an issue in high winds and storms.
But AT&T calls me and says, do you want fiber cable run to your house for your internet service? And I say, yeah, and they just do my house. They're not.
Not on
doing the-
fiber, then they'll do it, but you have to say this, the cable in your backyards up in the poles
Yeah.
is from corner to corner. Hey, do you want to join me? Great, we'll run a line from your house to that cable line.
Right.
It's no different from the fiber. They're going to run, say, oh, great, you want to do it? No problem. Then they'll bore a line probably from that line from your house, boom, right to your house, and then you have your service.
Does this company do this in other municipalities around us? Do we know that they have any history of laying fiber cable?
They are newer to the state.
Okay.
That's what they state. They did say on, give me 1 second.
Why did they pick Redford?
They're trying to hit the entire state. They got approved by the state last year, and they're trying to expand their businesses.
So last year, they just got a license to do this in the state of Michigan, so I would assume that they're not very widespread yet.
No, as they state, they serve 25 government entities, 1,300 businesses, and numerous large independent school districts, backed by I Squared Capital with $50 billion in assets under management. They are well positioned to build robust, future-proof networks and avoid the pitfalls of underfunded, incomplete deployments.
Yeah.
They believe Redford Township is an ideal community for our subsequent expansion. A high-speed fiber network will support remote work, virtual education, telehealth, and other essential services that enhance quality of life and economic growth.
So we don't have a list of municipalities in Michigan that they've started doing this in?
I do not.
Okay. Legally, I know Tony looked at, Attorney Chubb looked at the contract. Do we have, is there any legal obligation for us to approve, because they've met the state level application and permits and they're permitted to do this, is there anything that requires us to accept this contract legally? Like, is there any legal basis if we say no, that they can come back and say, sue us and say, why not? We got all of our permits that we needed from the state of Michigan. Just think, like,
I did ask that question.
okay,
Because my concern is, as discussed, our right-of-ways are consumed with various utilities, and it's always challenging when we are dealing with other utilities, i.e. water main centers, sewer, gas, et cetera. I asked that, and it was just brought up that I will be honest with you, I can't answer that question, because if you deny it, let's put it this way, just because it's approved at the state doesn't mean it's approved in Redford Township. But that would be a legal question that I cannot answer. If it's denied, that's above my pay grade in regards to if it's denied here, I cannot answer. We've done these before where they were approved many, many years ago, and they're extensions. And for, like I said, AT&T, 123net, we have not had a new one in some time because there's competition, but the high-speed
15
internet.
years is a long time to agree to a contract with a company that is just dipping their toe into the state of Michigan.
In the state, yes. It sounds like they are very big to the south, and they said this region is primed for expansion.
To the chair.
Okay. Treasurer Kavanaugh.
Just a quick question, Mike. With them laying the fiber, what are the chances of hitting a main break gas or anything else? And, I mean, are they covered? Are they bonded for that?
Oh, they'll be bonded, insured, the whole 9 yards. Do they hit them? Yes. I mean, DTE It's ours, we hit them. I mean, it happens. I'll give you a prime example. DTE Gas mismarked a water main by 35 feet on Thursday, and we hit it. 35 feet. 35 feet, not 3 feet, 35 feet.
Okay.
And then they turn around and said, hey, you got to pay for these repairs. We didn't even have a tape measure long enough to put it on a text, or to take a picture of, because it was 35 feet.
Wow.
And we thought it was 20, it was actually 35 when DTE got out there for the gas line. So, yeah, there's traffic out there, we work through it, traffic in the ground. We do our best to work around theirs, DTE does the same thing, AT&T does, we occasionally do hit lines, as they do also. So it's always been in the past a common courtesy, you hit mine, I fix yours, et cetera. And DTE doesn't play that game anymore. DTE wants to charge us, so when they hit our water main, we charge them back. So, tried not to, but they didn't want to play that game. So we were trying to be polite, but that's what we do. And our bills are a lot more expensive, as water main is a lot more. It can be 6, 8, 12 inches compared to a conduit. So it's in our best interest to charge them.
Okay, thank you.
Yep.
To the chair.
Mr. Reese.
I guess one point of information when I was looking in advance of the meeting, it looks like they're in New Mexico, Texas, and Illinois recently, so they probably are moving into the Midwest, not just Michigan. However, I think Trustee Taylor raised a really good question, which is, it would be confidence inspiring to know how they're going to be laying it. If they're boring, where they take a machine and put it on the right of way on the grass, and are able to go, 5 feet down and then just run straight under everyone's driveways and it's painless, great. I don't mind 5 years of them slowly having 2 teams out doing that. But if it is lane closures, digging things up, that obviously is just a different experience for residents. So I guess I would personally, I don't feel like I want to vote no, but I also would like maybe a little more information on just clarifying how they're going to be laying it, what that looks like. Because we do have AT&T fibers happening right now in my neighborhood. So I'm like, good Lord, we have the CSO Basin project going. There's just a lot going on. And I'm sure these guys are great, but one more crew and people are going to be like, I can't take any more crews digging in my front yard. So that's a concern I have. And just kind of getting a clearer sense before we sign a 15-year.
Yep.
Mike, is there anything that says this is a time-sensitive document that we have to do it right now?
I'll have it done back into if you guys table it back here in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Okay.
This,
I mean, it's a handful of questions. I'll work with Rachel and the clerk to get it back on there. I'll reach them out this week and get answers for you ASAP.
okay. So what's the pleasure of the board then? Need a motion?
To the chair, I have
Trustee
a
Jackson.
question for
Okay,
that.
go ahead.
Would they only be laying this fiber between the sidewalk and the street?
Yes.
So that's considered Wayne County?
County easement, that's the county right-of-way area.
Right.
That's why we don't really have jurisdiction over it, because that's their area. We have a water main through there in sanitary, but that's why they don't need any permits from us other than the Metro Act, which is a state permit, because it'll be governed by Wayne County. We're only approving the state Metro Act. That's it. We won't be getting permits. We won't be doing anything with this. We probably will get, I would say, potentially personal property. I'm not really sure. Director Bonner, there might be some sort of, for some cost there, but other than that, we're not going to have any say in it. I'll have concerns with them when I'll bring it up in regards to our equipment out there, but.
Well, it sounds to me like there's some questions on this, so I would entertain a motion to postpone this till our next regular board meeting. So who wants to make that motion?
To the chair.
Trustee Reese.
I move that we postpone the approval of application permit and terms regarding the Metro Act permit between Redford Township and Easy Fiber Texas LLC for a period of 15 years.
Support.
Not tabling it for 15 years.
Yeah,
So
I supported that.
the motion is to postpone this until our next meeting.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Mr. Dennis, or Dr. Rector Dennis. Been there so long, I thought it was tomorrow. Anyway.
Last time, yes. Yes,
Well,
sir.
I thought it was pretty funny this time.
I was writing, I'm sorry, I did, yeah.
Oh, that's
Sorry
okay.
about that.
You're up again.
Thank you, sir. The last item in front of you is the Wayne County annual permits. It's something that we do each year, December to January. This is actually for 3 different permits. The first one's our annual maintenance permit, our second one is annual special events permit, and third is annual pavement restoration permit. The county sends us 3 different permit applications. We sign them, ship them back, provide our insurance to them, and it is a standard process, a standard thing that we do in regards to our maintenance and pavement restoration on county roadways, any sewer water main, sidewalks, dust palletives, which we don't do anymore for the maintenance, and, special events with our festival and parades in the past, things of that nature. So just, it's a standard process we do each and every year. And I'm looking for approval. They are actually all numbered. Mr. Supervisor, that's what I actually gave you. Each permit has its own approval by permit number by year. And that's what I'm looking to have approved tonight.
Okay, this approval is for 1 year, correct?
Yeah, we come back each year.
Okay.
This is just for 2026. Yeah, it's in the very first one. It's on
All right.
A, yes.
Okay. Discussion from the board. Hearing none, what's the pleasure of the board?
To the chair,
Trustee Jackson.
I move approval of resolution authorizing execution of application for Wayne County permits, annual special events permit, annual maintenance permit, and annual pavement restoration permit.
Support.
It's moved, supported. Mike, do we have to have the
The numbers?
numbers on there as well?
It doesn't hurt just say them out loud.
Okay, so we're going to add the numbers in unless there's an objection to the person who made the motion and the second.
I don't,
Okay.
I don't know if she hit because I think you said the covers, but it was not on it. I can say it for if you want to say them.
Okay, so do we have a problem with that, Trustee Jackson?
No.
Okay, so the motion is approval of the resolution execution of the application of Wayne County permits, annual events permit, the annual maintenance permit A-26043, annual special events permit A-26085, annual pavement restoration permit A-26098. That's it.
That's it. Sir.
Any other discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you all. Have a good night.
Good night.
Number 4. All right. Director Stokes, I'm ready.
All right. Good evening, and honorable board. First, I'd like to thank everyone for coming to the ribbon cutting and the open house last Friday. It was extremely well attended. It seems that both Friday and Saturday, we had several people coming through the door and lots of memberships being sold. So thank you to everyone. On the agenda tonight, as we're now open with the new building, we need to contract for janitorial services. So we worked with Rewald Ezo Property Management to put a comprehensive scope together for the services that will be needed for the 7 days a week at the community, or at the new Rec and Wellness Center. And we received and solicited 4 quotes for the above project. At this time, it's our recommendation that the following services be awarded to the firm ABM Industry Group, which is in the amount of $7,992 a month.
Questions from the board?
To the chair,
Trustee Jackson.
Teresa, any idea why the bid amounts were so widespread?
I know they looked at all of the bids really comprehensive to see. ABM Group is a large company. They right now service the Fox Theater, they service the Renson, and then also there's one more, the Detroit Opera House. So I think that they're a larger company that have more ability and resources to outsource their staffing. So, and one of the other lower bids, they actually had disclosed that they 1099 theirs, and according to IRS regulations, janitorial services are one of those that they say necessarily is not applicable to have that. So they would have been disqualified, I guess you could say. And then the two other ones were just almost double. But I think because of the proposal and them having such a large company and being able to have that services and in what they do already, that's one of the reasons that they're able to be so much lower.
Good deal.
Yeah.
Kavanaugh?
This is also taking into consideration the days that you're not open, the days that you're only going to be half day open. I don't know. Is that something that you did?
So we're only not open 4 days in the whole entire year. So, yes. And then right now, even those days that the township is closed on other holidays, we are still open pretty much most of the day anyway.
Okay, all right.
Yeah. And they did a great job. They walked with us. We looked at all aspects. You know, the biggest thing is that, you know, we have this brand new facility. We want to make sure that it's taken care of. So not only are our staff during the day going to be, you know, doing annual, you know, cleaning and working around the facility, but then this janitorial service will come in when we close at night, and they'll be cleaning all of it, deep cleaning. Even some of the specs called out for, you know, grout, and I mean, it was a pretty extensive proposal.
Do they do windows?
I believe the windows were part of
We
it.
have a
Most
lot.
of the glass part, we do have a lot, so.
All right, thank you.
So do our staff and us, so we've been doing windows as well.
Thank you, Teresa.
To the chair.
Trustee Reese.
Director Stokes, do you know, like, how many people is this per night coming to clean? Like, how long are they in the building?
Yep, so currently, they have to start, there's a crew of 4.
Okay.
So 2 will be the main ones. We met them last night. We needed to contract on a small basis just for this week to get through.
Yeah.
And then if the board approves them, we'll obviously set the contract for the year. But they have a staff that they will allocate for 4. 2 will be on nightly, and they're allocating 4 hours each to them.
Okay.
So if for some reason there was only 1 person, it would take them 8 hours to clean the building, but they're putting 2 on site each time. They have a 3rd, and the 4th is backup, just in case for some reason those 2 are ill, or, you know, something needs, like, there's more that they need to do that day. They do have additional people.
Okay. And did that include, like, equipment cleaning, or is it primarily floors, bathrooms?
It's everything.
Everything.
So they, our staff go around, like, are you talking about fitness equipment?
Yeah.
So our staff will be going around throughout the day cleaning them as well. And then we have like some deep cleaning going on with equipment. You know, everyone's expected to clean their equipment as well.
Yeah.
Similar to what you would see at like a Planet Fitness throughout the day and stuff as well.
Okay. Great. Thank
Yep.
you.
To the chair?
Treasurer Kavanaugh.
I just thought of something. When you rent out, let's say, certain sections, and you have parties or what have you, and the individuals that rented the space don't clean up as well as they should, is there extra that if you need it, that they're going to be charging?
I mean, can they come out and do extra?
No,
Or-
will there be extra cleaning that will happen if the rental space is dirtier than they anticipated?
No, I guess I
Okay.
could say. So when people come in and rent the facility, you know, they're expected to obviously clean up
Right,
their area. But our staff are also there, so if there's, you know, excess, like, you know, dirt or, things left behind, our staff will clean those up as well. And then, just like when we have like big special events and stuff like that, we don't just leave the garbage for everyone to pick up. Like we tie up everything, we make sure that our tables are wiped down and everything like that too. So, obviously we're not gonna leave the center so that way they come in and they have to clean up all this excess. But, they are there to clean. And that was one of the biggest things that we wanted to impress upon is that, it shouldn't be based on, is it dirty today? Or our staff does a great job during the day that, there's very little to clean. We want them to be very consistent with what they're cleaning in the facility.
Okay, thank you.
Other questions from the board? Hearing none, what is the pleasure of the board?
To the chair,
Trustee Reese.
I move approval of Recreation and Wellness Center janitorial services be awarded to ABM Industry Group in the amount of $7,992 per month to be paid from Fund 580, the Recreation and Wellness Center.
Support.
Supported by Treasurer Kavanaugh. The motion on the floor is for approval of the Recreation and Wellness Center janitorial services be awarded to ABM Industry Group in the amount of $7,992 per month to be paid from Fund 580, the Recreation and Wellness Center. Any other discussion? Roll call vote, please.
Clerk Sanders, yes. Trustee Jackson.
Yes.
Treasurer Kavanaugh.
Yes.
Trustee Taylor.
Yes.
Trustee King.
Yes.
Trustee Reese.
Yes.
Supervisor McCray.
Yes, motion carried. Thank you.
Thank you.
Announcements from the board.
To the chair,
Trustee Reese.
I just want to echo the sentiment about the event on Friday. It was just a great time. I think everybody was kind of blown away at the turnout. It was just great, a lot of energy. It was wonderful to see. So if you didn't get to go on Friday or Saturday, I encourage you to check it out and become a member. Just excited for 2026 and really great resources in the township. So if you did get to go on the tour, tell everybody you know, and let's fill that place up.
Any announcements from the board? Well, I have a couple. I want to say, first of all, that the Rec and Wellness Center opening ribbon cutting was fabulous. I'll echo Trustee Reese's sentiments. I will say that, we had Director Stokes who led and continuing to lead that project. And I'll say it like I said it before, I'll never build a home after I see what it takes to manage all the different pieces, from digging the hole to making sure that socket is right and it's painted. And her and her staff has taken that on. We put together the team that worked on this project for almost 4 years. They were outstanding from our side, from Rewald, from HED Design, and that's the way to do it. If you do it, is have everybody in the same room that knows what they're talking about. So I want to say thank you to all of them, and to Teresa and your staff especially. So thank you much. So moving on, the 28th, we have our Martin Luther King community prayer event. That'll be at Redford.
On the 19th.
19th? What? The 28th annual, I'm sorry. Hey, who said that? So somebody against the wall said that, and thank goodness for that, because I didn't want anybody to turn up on the wrong day. So no, this is the 28th annual Martin Luther King Community Prayer Breakfast. It'll be on the 19th at 9 o'clock at Redford Union High School. The cost to attend is $15 at the door, $12 early. And they are asking that when you come, please bring some brand new socks, because people don't always understand that for people who don't have money, that's what they don't spend their money on, and they go without, and it's not good for them. So please go. There's these flyers out there. You can RSVP. There's the little coat thing you can use. We have them here at Town Hall. So that's one, and it's a great event. It always is. Please come and show your support. The other is that Murphy's Restaurant is going to be having their Interfaith Relief fundraiser, and that will be on January 23rd, which is a Friday, from 5 to 8. They stay open just for this event. The only cost at all is the cost of the food. everybody there that are cooking, they're waiting on tables, all that staff, they give all their tips, everything goes to RIR. And if you can't, if Friday night's a big deal and you have to run out, again, you can go in there and we have carryouts there as well. So everything from chicken sandwiches to conies to sliders and some homemade soup. So please go help out our RIR and support Murphy for doing a great job as a business owner to be able to supply this and give this to our community.
What time?
What time?
Yeah.
Didn't I say? I said 5 to 8.
5 to 8, thank
I
you.
did say that, right?
Yeah, you
Yeah,
did.
see, okay, good, thanks. All right, that means I'm batting 500 on this, so I'm okay with that. So, this has been a great meeting, a lot of information. I hope everybody is gonna enjoy their weekend and get over to MLK on Monday and get over to Murphy's for that fundraiser. So, no other business before the board, we are adjourned. Thank you.
All right. I hope I can.